In the last two videos, I first explained why people with ADHD were more prone to addiction, how we become addicted, and I explained the habit cycle. Then, in the second video, I explained how you can find your cues. I asked you to figure out what those cues are, when they start, with whom they start, and how many times per day they occur. If you haven't watched those videos yet, please do so. Most people think that changing or stopping a habit comes down to simple willpower. But if you go the willpower route, you will probably fail. You need a proper battle plan, so you will use less willpower and achieve better results. We are going to tweak your specific habit loop. Again, this is very personal, and the way that we deal with it will be different per person. There are two ways that we can approach this. We can either hide or eliminate the cue, or change the routine with something else. First, we are going to look at hiding or eliminating the cue. Let's take an example from last time, social media. Let's say you check your social media every morning right when you wake up, and you want to limit your social media usage overall. What can we do? Well, one of your cues can be seeing your phone, making you want to look at social media. If we hide the cue, in this case the phone, we can reduce the frequency of your habit. There are multiple options to doing this. You can, for example, charge your phone in the living room instead of the bedroom at night. You can also limit exposure by using a social media blocker, making it impossible to access social media for a specific time frame. If notifications are one of your cues, you can then turn off notifications. This can help reduce cues from incoming messages or posts. Look at your cues and see if there are cues that you can hide or eliminate. Take your time. You can always pause this video. Now let's look at the second way that we can tweak your habit cycle. And that is to keep the reward and change the habit. For this, you need to figure out why you are on social media. Are you bored and do you want to fill up the time? Are you anxious and is it a way to relieve stress? Do you have a fear of missing out and do you want to know everything that's going on? What is the reward that you get from doing your specific habit? Let's say you are bored and that's why you check social media. The habit loop would go something like this. You feel bored and you get the craving to look at social media. And scrolling through the feed relieves your boredom and your habit loop is complete. Your brain would be like, this is a great way to relieve boredom. Let's do it again the next time we are bored. Now we can replace social media with a routine that gives you the same reward. This is very personal and can be a multitude of things. But we would like to replace it with something that is easy to do and does not create resistance. And is also not too unhealthy. I like reading, for example. So I could have a book with me, or even an audiobook would work. It can also be drawing, exercising, going on walks, listening to music, or a multitude of other things. You have to be creative here, but it has to deliver the same reward. However, if you do not exercise right now and find it hard to exercise, maybe don't try to replace social media with running for 20 minutes. That will probably create too much resistance, making it counterproductive, and you will probably fall back to social media. Let's take another example. Smoking. Let's say your cue is stress. Your routine for that is smoking, and the reward is mental well-being. Now that cue is very hard to hide, as it is something internal, and not like a notification from Facebook. Now if you stop cold turkey and you do not have a plan in place, you will still experience stress as a cue, and will probably replace a routine with something else. This could be eating, for example. Your cue would be stress, you would then start eating, and your reward will be mental well-being. That is also why a lot of people who stop smoking gain weight. So to avoid that, you have to have a plan in place that will replace the routine with something that we do want, but keep the reward. So Let's say we choose to go on a walk or run instead of smoking. The routine would go something like this. The cue will be stress. The routine would be going on a walk or going on a run. And the reward would be mental well-being, endorphins, and a sense of accomplishment. If you followed my previous video, then you know what your cues are. Now you have to create your battle plan, your unique way to tweak or disrupt your habit loop. You can either watch the next video and forget all about this and your habit will probably not change, or you can take action right now. Write down what your battle plan is going to be. Choose to either eliminate exposure to the cue or change the routine so that you keep the reward, or both. Don't just keep it in your head. Take your time with this, and maybe you already came up with something during this video. And if you're done, if you want, show me and the rest of the people who watch this video what your battle plan is going to look like by posting it in the comments. Then you will have to try out this plan for 1 week. After this 1 week, you will have to evaluate if your plan needs tweaking, as you might encounter more cues that you overlooked before. If it is too hard, maybe you change your routine into something that creates too much resistance. Or you may be working on too many habits at once. Remember, it takes time to change a habit and it will not happen overnight. If you're so inclined, like and subscribe, as it helps this growing channel out, and I'm planning to upload more videos like this that can help you and other people with ADHD, inattentive and otherwise. I wish you all a victorious week, and I will see you in the next one.